Hi there, eighth grade patriots. I just got back from the first 9-week reward, and I saw some of you making not so good um, food choices. Some Doritos, some M&Ms, but like we said in the previous video, everything in moderation is okay. So not too many fats, not too many carbohydrates, not too many proteins, a balanced diet. Part of a healthy diet is fiber. So we're picking up the notes on page 10, kind of halfway in the middle there. Fiber is the indigestible parts of plant-based food, such as corn or spinach. Fiber is in cereals, some breads, and grains. It aids in the digestion process, helping to move undigested material through the intestines. So you talked about the digestive system last year, and fiber is going to help you digest some things, hence the little poop emoji here. So traveling through the intestines, because it's not a good thing when you cannot go number 2, okay? So that is a body function that we have to be able to do to stay healthy. A diet high in fiber and low in fat would most likely increase personal health. So that's just a little bit more healthy. And again, if you have a balanced diet, that's going to be the best way to go. All right, another part of just being healthy is exercise. That's why you guys have PE every single day. So daily exercise has been proven to play an important part of a healthy lifestyle. And that gets harder as you become an adult because you have work and things after school and things like that. And so as adults, we have to schedule time to exercise, whereas you're at school, you're moving from building to building, you're going to PE. It's a little bit easier for you to exercise as a kid. Exercise increases better digestion and respiration. So you're going to digest your food better. You're going to breathe better. Overall, be a little bit more healthy. It helps deeper breathing. It makes heart and lung muscles stronger. It is part of, being well-balanced. A well-balanced diet increases energy level and improves the ability to exercise. So if you eat well, you're also going to be able to exercise a little bit better. So some questions on the EOG may ask you, what is going to get your heart rate up? What is going to get you breathing heavier and deeper? So running, for instance, is going to be an exercise that you do that you're going to have to breathe heavier than if I'm doing sit-ups, if I'm just stretching, if I'm lifting weights. I'm not breathing as heavy during those as compared to running. So running is going to supply the most oxygen to my body, and that's going to aid in digestion and respiration. So anything that's aerobic, that gets your heart rate up, that's going to help you, breathe deeper and harder. Last year, you talked about the respiration system. So breathing is important for digestion, and we've already talked about how breathing in oxygen is necessary for cellular respiration, for us to have energy in our system. So digestion is going to improve because breathing is going to provide the oxygen. And this sounds kind of weird for the combustion of food, but there has to be oxygen in order for us to digest our food. The muscles along the digestive tract depend upon oxygen in order to function. So, our intestines and our digestive tract right here, they are not going to be able to function if we're not breathing. So that might sound a little bit funny, that we need oxygen for digestion, but remember from last year that all your body systems work together. After digestion has occurred, oxygen is needed for breaking down of food molecules, and this is what we talked about with cellular respiration. So that's going to be happening in the mitochondria, and we need food and oxygen to interact and break that down. Water, fiber, and unsaturated fats best support a healthy digestive tract. So if you're having issues with your digestive system, one good thing is to drink lots of fluids. Another good thing is to have fiber in your diet, and then to have less fats or unsaturated fats, so the good fats in your diet. This is an interesting idea here, high body mass index. It's also called BMI. So in general, right, everything has pros and cons, and there's always an exception to the rule. So in general, high body mass index is unhealthy. It typically means that somebody is overweight. It may mean that. An exception to the rule that I'm thinking of is bodybuilders. So bodybuilders, they are building lots of muscle. And so their BMI is really, really high because they do not have a lot of fat on their body. They have more muscle. So they tend to try to get rid of the fat and have really high muscle mass. So their BMI is going to be really high, but they're not necessarily overweight and they're not necessarily unhealthy. So again, this is an exception to the rule. Eating a balanced diet is going to keep your body mass index down. Proteins, remember we talked about good proteins in the last video, like chicken and poultry, turkey, fish. Drinking lots of water and eating unsaturated fats are going to support a healthy BMI. All right, this diagram is on page 11 of your packet, so the next page, and it just is tying in your respiratory system, circulatory system, and digestive system that you talked about last year. So how does what you learned last year play a part? So respiratory system, when you breathe in, your lungs take in the oxygen necessary for cellular respiration. So that's how your respiratory system is involved with what we are talking about. The circulatory system here, the oxygen from breathing ends up in your blood where the heart circulates it throughout your body. The circulatory system helps the oxygen to get to your cells so that cellular respiration can take place. So we need the circulatory system for cellular respiration to take place. Everything's tied together. The digestive system, when you eat food, the food provides glucose or sugar. Remember, we said that carbohydrates is also a synonym of glucose and sugar. And those things are necessary for cellular respiration. This glucose originally comes from food. So we have to eat in order for glucose to help us gain energy. Cellular respiration produces energy using oxygen from the respiratory system and glucose broken down by the digestive system. And then up here, I don't have it in the blank here, but cellular respiration takes place in the mitochondria. So that's just a little review. You've got the picture here of the mitochondria from the animal cell, right? Humans are going to have animal cells in their body. So this just shows you that everything, all our body systems are tied together. And how cellular respiration is involved here with the food that we eat and the oxygen that we breathe. All right, hopefully that clarifies some information you were thinking about with proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, if you had any questions about that, and healthy eating.